I've been telling you about the Raiinmaker app for quite a while now. Now, the best part about this is it's totally free. It doesn't cost a dime to get started. All you have to do is get it set up and start creating some beautiful works of art. These are just a few examples of images that I've created utilizing the Raiinmaker app. Now, some of you have told me you had some problems getting set up or you weren't sure how to configure everything. Well, today is your lucky day because I'm going to walk you step by step through the process. Everything from putting it onto your mobile, onto your computer, setting up a validator node, even creating your first image and how to tag them correctly. All of that's included in today's video. Now, before we get started, let's take a look at what is Raiinmaker and what are they trying to do. So Raiinmaker is accelerating the next generation of Web3 utilizing decentralized AI and a human-powered network. Raiinmaker Distributed AI Network integrates the scalability of Web3 with decentralized AI, redefining value creation based on digital identity, behavior, and reputation. Now, powered by the Raiinmaker Network, the Raiinmaker AI Super App aims to revolutionize the monetization of users' contributions to AI infrastructure across sports, gaming, and entertainment by equipping the users with the ability to train AI from their smartphones. That means not only are we going to be creating beautiful works of art, we're going to be tagging those images to make sure that the AI understands what we as human beings see. So, we get to educate the computers. It's going to be a lot of fun and hopefully very profitable. So let's start the install. So to get started, go ahead and click on the referral link in the description down below. And that's going to take you right here to the Raiinmaker app website. Now, once you're here, we're going to start by installing this on the desktop. And then we will also be installing this onto our cell phone a little bit later. And finally, we'll be merging the two together. So it gets a little confusing. So we'll take it step by step to make sure you've got all the information you need. So once you're here, starting on the desktop, go ahead and click down here on the icon that says desktop. That'll take you into the coin.aa login and registration screen. Now, since we don't have an account yet, go ahead and go down to the bottom and click on create account. So go ahead and fill in the fields. Put in your first name, last name is totally optional, your email address, a username of your choice, and then enter your password twice. Once you've got that entered, go ahead and click I am not a robot, and then create account. Now that's going to take you to the Raiinmaker Network terms of use. I highly recommend read through these. I already have. So I'm going to scroll to the bottom here and click the button that says I agree the term of use and then click continue. Okay, then it takes us back to the registration screen and tells us a confirmation email has been sent to the specified email address. Please check your email and click the confirmed link. So let's go and open up our email. And the email says, please click the link below to confirm your email address. Okay, let's go ahead and click it. Then back on the login screen, it says your email address has been confirmed. Please log in below. So just enter your username or email and your password and click log in. Okay, now that we're logged in, it's going to take us through a series of introduction screens. I highly recommend go through these and analyze them. Go and pause the video. Go ahead and read each screen and take a look at what it has to tell you, because this is going to give you some really important information of what you're going to be looking at once we hit the dashboard on the computer as well as on the mobile device. So go through each one of these, kind of study and get to know what information is available on each of these screens. That way, once we get to them, it's going to look very familiar. Now, once you keep hitting next, it's then going to take you to your dashboard. And this is also going to give you a few tutorials. So it says click here to start earning. It's going to show you where to enter your KYC information, as well as where you're going to register your validator node. So keep going through each of these, paying attention to all of these details. And once you get to the last one, it's going to say done. So that's when we're ready to proceed. Go ahead and click done. And it should take you to the Grow Your AI Reputation screen. And it says get started. Yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Now, if you've been active in the AI environment for a while, you may already have an Aether or ASI score. If so, go ahead and connect your wallet at the screen. If not, don't worry about it. Go ahead and just click skip. Now, the next one's going to tell us how to maximize our moondrops. Now, it's really important to note that Raiinmaker operates on a lunar cycle. That means every 29.5 days, there is a moondrop for coin tokens. Those are the ones that we're really after because that's where the big money is. And it says it's a balance between our validator, our economic, our behavior, and our reputation score. All those play a part on how many coins we're going to get every lunar cycle. So once we cover that, go ahead and click enter. Okay, now that we're through all the introductions and all the other screens showing us what we're going to be doing, it's time to start entering that information. So right here on the dashboard, we can see all the different tabs we have down the side. Now we've got to put in a lot of our information here. Personally, I like to start with the accounting side just to get it out of the way. So let's go ahead and go down to the account tab, click on that. Now this is where we're going to be linking our crypto wallets so we can claim our coin tokens, as well as doing our KYC process And then later on, we're going to be linking our mobile device to this account through the link accounts. So let's start with our wallets. So head up here to claim wallet. Let's go ahead and click on that. Now you can have up to 5 different crypto wallets that are holding the coin tokens. And there are going to be benefits for holding coin in those wallets. That's coming down the road after the TGE event occurs. For right now, we just want to get our wallets onboarded. So first of all, choose a provider. You can go through Wallet Connect, OKX, Coinbase, Phantom, Solflare, and under Wallet Connect has, of course, all your different browser wallets you can utilize there. So I'm going to get started with MetaMask first of all. So I'm going to go and click on MetaMask, and I'm going to go for the EVM functionality. Now that's going to open up a screen asking it to connect with my MetaMask. Here's the safety tip. Anytime you get involved with a new project, personally, I create brand new wallets for every individual project. That way, in case something goes horribly wrong, not all my funds are compromised. So practice safety whenever you're dealing with the DeFi space. Now, with that said, this is a brand new MetaMask wallet, so I'm going to go ahead and connect it. Now, once I clicked connect, it does open up the options to select several different blockchains: Ethereum, Base, Base Sepolia, BNB, Binance Smart Chain Testnet, and BNB Greenfield Chain. So I know that the coin token is released on the Binance Smart Chain. So that's the first thing I'm going to put on here is a BNB Smart Chain, and then click continue. Now it pops up a signature request screen. I know this is good. I'm going to go ahead and click confirm. And there we go. We have claimed our very first wallet right up here. We can remove it at any time and replace it with another one if we choose. But we're going to go ahead and onboard 5 different wallets real quick just to get this out of the way. So I'm going to go ahead and claim wallet. I'm going to do Wallet Connect again. We're going to go MetaMask. We're going to go Ethereum. And it's going to ask me again to connect. Yes, I'll connect. This time I'm going to do a different blockchain. I'm going to go and do the Ethereum blockchain this time. So next it's going to ask me to sign the request and confirm. Now, if you notice, none of these have required a transaction because my wallet is completely empty. I do not have a penny in the wallet at all. So once again, no money out of pocket. So we've got 2. Let's keep going. We're going to go and claim our wallet. We'll do another Wallet Connect. We'll do the same MetaMask. We'll go to the Ethereum. We'll go ahead and tell it to connect. And this time I'm going to put Base on there because I know a lot of things are cooking with Base, so I could really see that being helpful in the future. Once again, it asks for a signature request. I'm going to go ahead and confirm that. There we go. We've got BNB, Ethereum, and Base on there so far. Let's go ahead and add our Phantom wallet on the Solana blockchain. So go ahead and claim wallet. This time we'll scroll down and we'll pick Phantom. Then it opens up my Phantom wallet, asking me for confirmation that I want to connect Phantom to Raiinmaker. So if you're good with that, go ahead and click connect. Then it asks for a signature once again, and I'm going to go ahead and confirm that I own that wallet. Now, to prove that it doesn't cost anything, check out my Phantom wallet. It has nothing in it either. So as you can see, adding all this, getting this set up does not cost a single penny. Now for the 5th wallet, I highly recommend add a BTC wallet because there's already different quests where they're paying out in BTC. So I've seen quests for Solana, I've seen quests on the Binance Smart Chain, and I've seen quests in BTC. So I highly recommend at least get those 3 wallets set up. Okay, so moving on. Next section down below talks about security. You can add a 2-factor authentication to this, or you can also make it so only the wallets that you have claimed are allowed to withdraw or exchange tokens in any way. Those are great factors to turn on, but I'll leave that choice up to you. Okay, so the next section down here is for the KYC. Now you can do this on your computer if that's all you've got, that's fine. But it's a lot easier for me on the mobile device. So I'm going to wait until we get our mobile set up, get them linked. That's when I'll do the KYC process. So let's go ahead and head over to the validator nodes. So click on validator node tab. Now on the validator tab, we're going to see several different ways in which we can participate. There are 3 different options. You can enroll as a proxy node validator, which requires no download, nothing you have to do special. You can be an independent node operator, which you would download on your PC. You can also be an app independent node operator, which you can utilize your mobile device for. Now, me personally, I've turned all of these on. I haven't tried doing different ones to see if it does better than another. But hey, if I'm going to do it, I'm just going to go all in because it doesn't cost a thing and it's really easy to set up. So first, let's start with a proxy node. To enroll in that, simply click the enroll button. That's going to bring up another Raiinmaker network terms of service use. So I highly recommend read through all of these. I already have, so I know it's good to go. Once you've read through them, go ahead and click I agree to the terms of use and click continue. And there we go. We've enrolled as a proxy node validator. Okay, so now let's set up our independent validator node. Now to do this, this is where we're going to be installing the software on our computer. So in the next part of the screen here, it says from Mac OS, Windows, or Linux. Now I'm running a Windows machine, so I'm going to go ahead and go over here and click Download Installer. And that's going to automatically download the validator program. Once that's complete, go ahead and open up your downloads folder, and then just click on the program it downloaded. Then it's going to give you a pop-up asking if you want to allow this program to make changes to your computer. If you're okay with that, go ahead and click Yes. Once it's downloaded, it's going to open up a box that looks very much like this. It says the public key has been copied to your clipboard. Okay, good. Now what we've got to do is go down here to where it says enter public key. Since I copied it to our clipboard already, simply paste that key in. Once you got that, go ahead and click register node. Then it's going to give you a network terms of use. I highly recommend read through these, make sure you're okay with them. If you are, scroll to the bottom, turn on I agree to the terms of use, and click continue. Now, as you can see down at the bottom here, it says current public key is already registered. That's because when you install the validator program on a computer, that public key is registered to that computer. So you can have multiple computers running validators on the same IP address, but you cannot have multiple validators on a single computer. So if you got multiple members of your family running the Raiinmaker app, make sure they install their validator on independent computers. That'll be okay. Now, I'm sure you've already noticed that I'm not installing this on my device because I've already been running Raiinmaker. So I'm creating this account for my daughter so she can start earning as well. But to let you know what it's going to look like on your computer if you've done this properly, here's what my screen looks like. And it's going to say independent node status is registered. And it's going to tell me the last block that I signed was on December 31st, 2024 at 1934 UTC. Now, Raiinmaker releases one block every 30 minutes. That means 48 blocks per day. Now, each one of those blocks that are released, if you're a validator, you're going to earn a little bit of coin token for every block that you sign. Now, the signing is automatic, so there's nothing you have to do physically. You just simply have to set up your validator node so it can go in and confirm those blocks. Now, once you start earning coin tokens as a validator, you can also boost your returns by utilizing the burn mechanism, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But for right now, let's head over to our mobile device and get it set up over there because that's the next step on the journey. Now, one of the easiest way to do that is right here on the Raiinmaker Validator installer. See how it says Android or iOS? You can download it straight to your mobile device from here. So my daughter's running Android. Let's go ahead and click on that. Then from here, if you're running the same Google Chrome account on your phone, you should simply be able to click install. That should bring up your cell phone and then go ahead and click install. Then it's going to pop up a screen asking you for your password to make sure you really own this account. Then simply enter your Google password and click next. And there we go. The installation has begun. So now we're going to jump over to the cell phone and keep going on the installation and registration. Okay, so back here on our cell phone, we can see that Raiinmaker was already installed. So let's go and open that up. Now, the first screen is going to take us to says login or register. Now, I know we've created an account on our computer, but we have to create the same account over on our cell phone. So if you try to log in, it's not going to work. So let's go straight to the register. So go ahead and enter your email address and click register. Now it's going to verify your email address by sending you a verification code. So open up your email, grab that 6-digit code, paste it in the field here, and click verify. Now the next screen is going to ask you to enter a username and create a password. You can use the exact same username and password you created over on the computer. Works totally fine. Once you have those entered, go ahead and click continue. And the next screen once again is asking you to accept their terms and conditions, and also if you want to receive marketing email. I highly recommend read through all this. The email is totally optional. We're going to leave that one off and click accept the terms. Okay, now once again, it's going to take you through another tutorial talking about how to train the AI, how the different things operate. Now you can skip through this at any point in time, but I highly recommend read through these till the end to make sure you understand the different screens and how it all works. Now I will let you know, one of the more challenging things that people have problems with is putting in correct tags. So when you get to the screen about tagging images, take a closer look at this, look at the size of the boxes, what is highlighted and what is not, and exactly what type of words they're using. That's really important. Now, once you've completed the tutorial, it's going to ask you to create your Raiinmaker profile. Now, you can use the exact same information as you did on the computer. That's not a problem at all. So enter your first, middle, and last name, and go ahead and click Next. Now, on the next screen, enter your email, your phone number, your date of birth, and your gender, and go ahead and click Next. Okay, then go and enter your street address, city, county. This is all going to be a part of the KYC process, so make sure this information is accurate. Once you've got that entered, go ahead and click Next. Now, the next screen asks for a profile picture. This is totally optional. You can use the default, or you can upload your own. Totally up to you. Once you've got that, go ahead and click submit. Okay, then it says Raiinmaker ID is created. You're all set up to start growing your AI reputation score and earning rewards. Maximize your earnings potential by creating an account on Coin AI. We've already done that. That's where we started. But we do still have to complete the KYC process, which is required for withdrawals. So let's go ahead and click go back. And now we're on the Raiinmaker app on our cell phone. So first thing we want to do is complete KYC process. So head up to the hamburger button up here. Go down here to where it says account settings. Let's manage those. Then we'll go into the KYC documentation verification. We'll go ahead and edit that. And as you can see, level 1 is already completed, which is verify your basic information. What we want to do is get level 2, which is verify your documentation, driver's license, photo ID, those kind of things. So we're going to go ahead and start there. Now, for security reasons, I'm not going to walk you step by step through the process, but it's very easy. Take a picture of your face, then take a picture of the front and back of your state ID or driver's license. Then submit those, and that's going to take a little bit of time for the KYC to complete. Okay, once we've set up all the documentation, it says you're all set up to start growing your account. Thank you for submitting your KYC. It will be reviewed in the following days. Once it has been accepted, you will be able to withdraw coin from Coin AI. Make sure to create a Coin AI account. We've done that on the website. Link your Raiinmaker account and Coin AI accounts. We still have to do that. And it warns us not to change our Coin AI account email for at least 2 days. Claim an external wallet on Coin AI, which we've done, and it specifically says base network. Remember I said that was a hot topic? Well, apparently they think so too. And wallet contains enough ETH or base to cover gas fees. Okay, I think we're set on those. So let's go ahead and go back. Okay, now it says our level 2 is pending. Now, like I said, this can take a couple days for it to complete. So we're going to go ahead and head back one more tab. Then we're going to go back one more to get out of the account settings. Now, we want to stop right here because see at the bottom where it says become a validator? Remember I said we could validate on both our computer and on our cell phone? Well, we want to get started as a validator on our cell phone as well. So we're going to go ahead and click Get Started. And that's going to bring up the Coin Network Validator Terms of Use. I highly recommend go through, read all these, make sure you understand them and you agree with them. If you do, go ahead and click Yes, I understand and agree to the terms of service and accept terms. There we go. Well done. You have successfully registered as a validator. Awesome. Okay, now that I think we've got everything set up on our mobile device for the moment, let's go back and connect our mobile device to our Coin AI account on the computer. So let's bring our website back up, and we left off here on the KYC screen. Now, if we scroll down here to DApps and it says link account, this is where we're going to link our mobile account and our Coin AI account together. So let's go ahead and say link accounts. Now we're going to log in utilizing the information we put on our mobile device. So enter in your email and your password and click login. And it says Coin Console is requesting access to your Raiinmaker account. We want to go and approve that. Okay, then it's going to take us back into our Coin AI account. And if we scroll down, it says DApps is completed. Now, if we look here at the reputation factors, we can see the KYC is not completed. So the information we entered on the mobile device does not auto-populate over here to the Coin AI, even though the accounts are linked. So let's take the time, go in and fill in these fields to make sure we don't miss out on any rewards. So we're going to add KYC to earn coin rewards. And it says KYC level 1 verification is incomplete. Let's go ahead and click add. Then it's going to ask us for our full name, our email, address, country, zip code, date of birth, phone number, all that information. Let's go ahead and fill this in. Okay, so once they're all filled in, go ahead and click submit. There we go. KYC submission complete. Your KYC application has been submitted and should process immediately. Please contact support if you do not get approval or have any questions. Okay, let's go ahead and close that. Okay, so now it added more information over here under the reputation factor. But it says maximize earnings by entering KYC level 2. So let's go back into the add KYC and we can see level 2 verification is incomplete. So let's go ahead and add that one again. Okay, so once you've added your picture and your documentation, it'll say KYC document submission complete. KYC has been submitted. Please allow 24 to 48 hours for processing. Okay, we can close that now. But now that we have the independent factor set up, let's go into the self-certified factors. So let's go ahead and click Manage Factors. Now this can ask questions about your personal taste that can be used to verify you down the road. So make sure to enter your phone number. Your email address is already verified, so that's not going to let you change it. Add what your favorite crypto is, your favorite color, favorite sports team, what your gender is, your age bracket, and your ethnicity. Once you've got that entered, go ahead and click Submit. Then it wants to verify you're not a robot. Go ahead and click the box to verify and solve the CAPTCHA. So here it's buses. Once you've got that, click Verify. Then it wants to verify your phone number, so it's going to send you a code. So we're going to go and click Send Code. Once you receive the code on your mobile device, go ahead and type that in and click Validate. Okay, my managed factor loading screen has been on the spiral of death for a few minutes now. So we're going to go and try and refresh this. Now after refresh, you see down here my self-certified factors is still showing 1 of 8. That means it didn't take the information. Now I will warn you that I have run into a few glitches from time to time on both the CoinAI website and on the Raiinmaker app. But it's still very early in the project, so I expect there to be little hiccups. Give it a little bit of time, try to refresh it, and if you have to, re-enter the information. If you simply can't get it to take, jump in the Raiinmaker Discord, open a support ticket. These guys are always happy to help over there. But I want to give you an example of what it should look like once you have all of these tasks complete. So let's take a look at my primary account. So right here you can see this is the Serenity account, and here on the accounting page, you can see the KYC factors complete, and it shows 8 of 8 complete. That's what you're aiming for. Now, I can tell you on my daughter's account, I've been having some problems. I've submitted several times. I'm going to have to open a support ticket. But while we're here, let's head over to the dashboard and take a look at the different factors that are going to affect our earnings. So scroll up here to the top to where it says dashboard. Let's scroll down here to the Rain AI score. Now, this score is really important because it's kind of like your credit score in life. It's a balance between your validator, economic, behavior, and reputation score. Let's go into each of those. So your validator score. Currently, it says my validator score is excellent, but how do we increase it? It says sign up as a proxy validator on CoinAI and Raiinmaker. Sign up as an independent validator on CoinAI and Raiinmaker. Sign blocks every 30 minutes, consistently signing blocks, and having the Genesis validator badge. Biggest thing, make sure your computer and your cell phone stay connected. That way you don't miss any blocks. Little hint, if you do start seeing over on your validator page that you have a delay between signing blocks, go in and find out why. Make sure to get that validator up and running as consistently as humanly possible. Now, let's head over to the economic score. So if we click on that, it says to increase your economic score, you can add more coin tokens to your balance. You can transfer coin tokens into AI credits or having a low withdrawal frequency. Now, of course, right now, we're still waiting for the coin TGE. So that hasn't occurred yet, which means I haven't been able to withdraw any. But what I have done so far is I have transferred coin tokens into AI credits. Now, currently we get 30 AI credits per month, and it requires 2 AI credits to create an image. So as you can tell, I've created a lot more images than the coin they allotted for. So there have been a few times where I've actually gone up here, taken my coin tokens and converted them over to AI tokens so I could create more images. And I did that for some of the quests, or maybe I hadn't completed the weekly challenges yet. We'll get into that in just a minute. But let's head down to the behavior score. So for behavior, to increase your score, you need to log into CoinAI and Raiinmaker daily, completing tasks on CoinAI and Raiinmaker, using CoinAI and Raiinmaker. Essentially, we increase our score by interacting with CoinAI and the Raiinmaker app. So I make it a habit to go in every single day and either make an image or maybe tag a few of someone else's images. Doesn't have to be all day long, just has to be a couple quick clicks. That shows that you were in there and you were operating, and that will help boost your behavior score. Now, the last field is the reputation. And it says to increase your reputation score, you can add KYC level 1 and level 2 to your profile. We've already done both of those. We're just waiting for them to be approved and updated. You can add self-certified factors, which we just did with our favorite crypto and sports team. Later on, we'll be able to use other coin ecosystem applications. And once the token generation event occurs, we'll be able to use non-custodial staking of other assets into CoinAI by connecting wallets. So these are different applications we can do, but for right now, the biggest thing is make sure to fill out those KYC and self-certified factors. Okay, now before we head over to the mobile app and finish getting it set up and start creating images, I want to talk about one important score, and that's the economic score. Now, one thing that can really play a huge part of your economic score is the burn mechanism. So let's head over to the burn tab. And as you can see, it says burning coin will provide a one-time boost to your economic score and a permanent boost to your validator score. Get the most from your burn by consistently signing NVL blocks. Burn units may update every 30 minutes based on coin supply, and coin may be burned multiple times per cycle. Now, there's a couple important things to note here about the burning mechanism. First of all, is when you do execute a burn, it's going to give you a permanent multiplier, like you see here. I've burned quite a bit of coins. In fact, my lifetime burn is 10,639 coins. But that is what has given me this permanent multiplier. Now, here's a little secret. Whenever a new lunar cycle begins, The first 2 weeks of that lunar cycle, you get double points for your burning. So if you're going to burn any tokens, do it in the first 2 weeks of the lunar cycle. Now, deciding whether or not you want to burn tokens to increase your multiplier, that's entirely up to you. There's a lot of different strategies out there. Some people are just holding on to them, waiting for the token generation event and trying to maximize their returns. Others, like myself, I burned a whole bunch in the very beginning to try to get that multiplier up, and that helps me out on my day-to-day block signing. So to take a look at that, let's head over here to the Transactions tab. And as you can see, for every block that pops up, I'm earning 0.1698 coin tokens per block. And that averages out to about 8.15 coins per day for my validator. So I'm not going to say it's the most lucrative if you're just going for the token generation event, or if you're going for the long haul, maybe it's the best way to go. The choice is really up to you. So do your own research and decide what strategy is right for you. So now that we have the Coin AI website all configured, it's time to finish the configuration on our Raiinmaker app on our cell phone. So we bring our cell phone up here and we open the Raiinmaker app. Now, the very first screen it's going to take you to is your AI reputation score. This is really important. Like we talked before, this is what's going to decide how many coins you're going to earn. Now, one of the most important things you need to keep an eye on right here is slide the screen to the left and it'll say your weekly challenges. So you need to submit 100 tags. You need to tag 100 of other people's images, and your tags need to be verified by other users. And you do 100 of each of these per week. That's essentially your challenges. But let's head over to the home screen. Now it gives us this pop-up saying that coin withdrawals can only be performed on Coin AI. Please link your Raiinmaker account to your Coin AI account before TGE. Okay, so let's go ahead and click Merge Wallet. Okay, so now it's merged our wallets and it says we've even started signing blocks. Man, that's awesome. Okay, so we have signed 4 of 48 blocks so far. Number of blocks missed in the last 24 hours is 44 of 48. So we just barely got this thing up and going, but as you can see, it is actually earning. So that's really important. Now, while we're here, I also want to point out, if you help get your friends set up, you can earn 10 coins when a new user signs up and completes KYC level 1 using your link. So really important, help other people get set up. It's free money. And hey, if you're doing them a benefit and you're winning for it, that's a double win right there. So I highly recommend definitely share the referral link, get your friends and family up and earning because it doesn't cost a thing. Now let's go through the tabs here real quick. So the first one, of course, is your dashboard. And the next one down here talks about specific quests. Now, these are where you can actually create images based on the criteria that they're looking for. And you can earn a little bit from each of these quests. So one of them is generate images of your favorite way to exercise. The other one is generate images of what you will do when Bitcoin hit 100K. Well, that one's been out for a while. So there's 2 of them here and there are new ones that pop up all the time. So I highly recommend jump in here, find out what the quests are. And since you're making images every week anyway, you might as well make it for something that's going to pay you a little bit extra on top of your weekly challenges. So definitely make sure to keep an eye on the quest tab. Now the next tab over is where we started, our AI reputation score. But let's take a look at a couple factors here because it's really important. First of all, it says our AI credits. Now it says, as Raiinmaker user, you will receive 30 monthly credits each month, which will renew 30 days from the date you joined. Premium users will receive 330 credits each month, and a maximum of 660 credits will be retained. And your one-time purchases will never expire, and they're the last ones to be used. So if you decide to buy some AI credits, but then your coins renew in just a couple days and you still have some of those credits left, it will use up the free credits it gives you every month before it uses any more of the ones you bought. So really important. They've already thought about that, and I think it's great. But now let's head over to the Rain AI Plus tab here. This is how you can purchase more AI credits. And there are 3 ways you can do that. You can buy a premium package, which is going to give you 330 monthly credits, premium quests, and AI render queue priority. That way your rendering gets done before anybody else's. Now, I haven't had a lot of problems with that as of yet, but as this grows, that might become a great option. The next one is if you want to buy just 100 AI credits straight out for $5. That way you can get a nice supply of AI credits. And remember, it'll use your free ones before it uses the ones that you buy here. Or if you've already earned coin tokens, you can actually transfer your coins to get AI credits. So that way you can get more AI credits without spending any money out of pocket. Once again, I've done this several times before because I ran out of AI credits, but I wanted to complete my quest. So there are 3 different options you can use here. Now, the last button on the screen is how to train your AI. Now, this is where we're actually going to create our images or tag them. Now, we can utilize an image we've already got, like a picture we took with our cell phone, or we can do it with the language model and create an image that way. I'm going to wait on this and get into this at the end of the video because I really want to dive deep on this. So let's get out of that. Let's go back to the AI tab. It's going to give you another tutorial. So it says you can earn 35 coins every week by completing your weekly challenges. Remember, we saw that on the previous screen. The next screen says verify 100 tags. Tags are crucial to the integrity of the AI model. Help verify user tags and earn coin. So you're going to be verifying other people's tags. And next, verify 100 tags. If the tags are correct, swipe right or click yes. And if the tags are not correct, swipe left or click no. Now, if you're unsure about a specific tag, instead of just guessing, click unsure and move on. Now, if the image contains inappropriate content such as pornographic, hate speech, or acts, then make sure to report that using the link at the top of the screen. Now it says you need to submit 100 tags per week. Now you can do this by uploading your own images or generate images using different models. Tag in images and submit for verification. Now, once you submit your tags, other users will validate your tags, and your AI reputation score is dependent on how accurate the tags are. Now, this is based on other people verifying your tags. So make them simple, make them clean, and make them specific. We'll get into that a little bit later. Now it's asking if we want to opt in to be a tag verifier, meaning we're going to verify other people's tags. If you're okay with that, go ahead and click yes, I want to opt in. Now, once you decide to opt in, every time you click on the AI down here, it will automatically open up somebody's image and their tag. That way you can start verifying. This is great to do while you're waiting in a line or just have a couple minutes to kill. Pop in, verify a few tags real quick. They come in blocks of 50, but you don't have to go through all of them. You can tag a few images here and there. Biggest thing is make sure you're tagging them accurately. So for instance here, is this image tagged correctly? So it's a beautiful ocean scene. It says undersea. Well, that could be a coral reef or it could be under the sea. It's really up to you, and trying to figure out the right tags and is it really accurate based on the AI? That's kind of a challenge. I'm still working on that one. But we're going to say, yeah, this one's correct. Then it's going to pop up another one. Says it's a fish. Well, pretty obvious. That's a fish, so I'm going to say yes. And you can keep going through these as you get time here and there, or you can sit down and do them all in one big chunk. The choice is really up to you. But let's keep moving on to the dashboard. The last tag down here, that's going to take us to our coin vault. Now, this is going to tell us how many coins we've actually acquired. Now, if you're running a validator, you're going to watch this coin vault slowly start ticking up. But as we know, at the end of every lunar cycle, that's where we're going to get a large chunk. That's the new moon distribution. So that's what I'm really going for. But now I think we've covered pretty much everything on setup, configuration, and we should be good to go. So let's go create some images and get them tagged correctly. So when we want to create an image, head over here to the single M and go down here to the bottom where it says train AI. Now, like I said before, there are two different ways we can start training the AI. We can do it with an image or a picture we already have, or we can do it with a model. Let's go ahead and start with an image. So we'll click on that and we'll tell it to upload an image. So here's an image I took of the studio, well, right behind me, as you can tell. So we're going to go ahead and upload this image and we're going to click the train AI button. Now it says, describe your art using tags to help AI train the Raiinmaker AI model. Tagging provides us with data to fine-tune each AI model. Adding at least 5 tags earns 1 coin. Earn up to 5 coins per day. Example, if there's a blue sky in an image, make a tag called blue and sky. So you make 2 individual tags. Okay, so let's go through the process. So click continue. So first thing is, let's go ahead and tag the image. Now looking at this image, we can see there's a lot of different things there. So let's start with the bag of money. So first thing we're going to do here is we're going to go bag of money. So that's the tag we're doing. Hit the arrow to submit it. It's going to give you a box. Now, really important, drag your box and resize it appropriately so it only covers that one particular item. If it's overlapping or covering other items, it can get really confusing and it can even get rejected. So once you have that tag in place, go ahead and click save. Now that's just one tag. So let's add a tag over here for the dragon. So we're going to type this in and we're going to say dragon and enter the tag. Now we take the tag, we drag it into place and we resize it appropriately for just the dragon. Once we have that in place, go ahead and click save. Next, we've got some books down below. So we're going to go ahead and say book. Enter that in, submit the tag, drag it down to one of the books, and then highlight just one single book. Now, I could have said books, and then I could tag multiple books. So there's a lot of different ways you can do this. For instance, some images, I'll say a tree, or trees, or forest. That's 3 different tags, all from the same image. And we'll get into that in just a second. So once we have our book drawn out, go ahead and click save. Well, we also have a cube over here. So we can do the cube is blue. It's a cube. It's a square. There's a lot of things we could tag this at. Let's go ahead and say it's blue. So we're going to make that cube just blue. So drag this over and then we'll resize it so it only covers the blue cube. Go ahead and save that. Now we have a pink cube down here, but this time we're going to say it's a cube. So we'll put in cube. We'll save the tag, drag it down here, draw it out appropriately. And yes, for official use off camera, you don't get to see all the chords. Unfortunately, right now, you get to see behind the scenes. So we've tagged our cube. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tags. Now, at any point in time, you can go in and edit your tags. Simply click on the dot there, and then you can edit, delete it, or save it. So if you're good with that one, go ahead and save it. Once you have all your tags entered, go ahead and click Save. Now it's asking you to enter a short description for the image. Now you can absolutely type this out, or you can do the talk to text. And if I can do it easier, why not? So I'm gonna hit the microphone, multiple items, including a bag of money, a blue cube, a pink cube, and several books. Once it's put in the description, go ahead and click the check mark and next. Now it's gonna ask you to describe the image in more detail. For example, add more colors, time of day, location, etc. So we're gonna do the exact same thing with a little more detail this time. So click in the description, go to the voice chat. This image shows an eclectic collection of books, cars, cubes, money bags, dragons, and a lightning ball. Once we have that entered, go ahead and click the check mark and click next. Now it says tagging images correctly will increase your AI reputation score, and images incorrectly tagged will decrease it. So, like I said, keep your tags simple. Draw them precisely on the items that they're covering. Otherwise, it could hurt your reputation score in the long run. Once you're okay with all those, go ahead and click Continue. Okay, and it shows the image, shows my tags down below, and it lets me either retag it or submit it. We're going to go ahead and submit it. And it tells me to solve the puzzle. So I'm going to drag that puzzle piece right over there, and there we go. Label verification processing. Okay, now this is where sometimes it gets glitchy and says tags rejected. Your image tags 5 were processed and rejected. It never really explains what was rejected or why. So maybe I need to go in and be more precise. Maybe it didn't like cube. Maybe it didn't like the description of a lightning ball. There's a lot of different factors. So this is where some people say it gets glitchy or it has an attitude. So you got to kind of work with it and start to speak the language of AI. Now I can go in and retag this if I choose to, or I can say, you know what, I'm just going to go home and I'm going to do a totally different image. So we'll do that for this example. So of course, since it didn't like my tags, my AI reputation score didn't change. But if you take a look at our weekly challenge, it does show that I submitted 5 tags. So that means those tags will be looked at by other users and get verified. Well, let's go ahead and create an image using the language model and see if we do any better with that one. So instead of tagging with an image, we're going to tag with a model. Now this is where we can pick and choose the style we want this artwork to be created with, whether it's signature, the Raiinmaker core, cute creatures, or maybe sci-fi buildings. Raiinmaker anime, 3D style, whether certain lighting or dream art or diffusion XL. So there's a lot of different ways, so think about the image you're going to create. Now I'm going to make more of a nature scene, we'll say. So I have this image in my head. We'll see how it turns out. We'll use diffusion. So to do that, go ahead and click Train this model. Now you're going to enter the prompt to create the image. Now personally, I like to do very simple rudimentary descriptions because I'm not really familiar with a lot of AI prompting. If I do my research, I can do a much more drawn out, elaborate one. And I can tell you, I've even gone into ChatGPT, said, hey, I want to make an image that looks like this. Give me an AI prompt. And I've taken its description, dropped it in the prompt here, and come out with some beautiful artwork before. And since I'm using my cell phone for this, I'm going to go ahead and just use the voice to text feature to make it really simple. So click on the microphone, create an image of a log cabin in the middle of a lake on a snowy night under the light of a full moon. Okay, once we've got that, go ahead and click your check mark, close that, and generate the image. As you saw the 2, it's going to cost me 2 AI credits to generate this image. Okay, so that took about 8 seconds to get that image generated, and from the prompt I just entered, it created this piece of artwork. Not bad, huh? Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to train this artwork. So go down here to where it says Train Model, and it says describing the art tag help train the AI models. Yes, we understand. Continue. Just like before. So start by tagging the image. And first tag, we're going to say it's a cabin. We're going to start with that. So, and make sure your spelling is right because I have misspelt my tags and they got rejected. So that's a cabin. We're going to drag this over and cover the cabin. And I try to be as precise as humanly possible, especially if I'm going to cram a lot of tags in there. So once I get my tag positioned just perfectly, I'm going to save that. Next thing, we're going to do a reflection. See the reflection in the water? So we're type reflection. We're going to submit that. I'm going to drag this down to just the reflection that's within the water. And I'm going to save that one. Next thing, I'm going to say, hey, there's water in the picture. So yes, water. And I'm going to submit that tag. And I'm going to drag the tag right down here to the front. But I want to make sure I'm covering enough of the water so it's not confused. And I'm going to save that. Next, I know the water makes a lake. So we're going to put a tag in here for lake. We're going to submit that tag. And I'm going to move this one up here so it's a little bit bigger of the body of water. Okay, and I'm going to save that. Next, I know there's snow on the ground. So we're going to put snow in our tag. Okay, and submit that tag. And we want to find a clean piece of snow. So we're going to do this one right here in this bottom corner. If I can get it positioned just right. And we're going to save that. Now I see there's a bunch of trees in this. So we're going to go trees. And then we're going to drag this over here to our individual trees. Now this is where it gets a little tricky. And I have a little fun getting more tags on one single image. Because if it costs 2 AI credits per image, man, the more tags I can get in there, the better. So those are trees. But now over here, it looks like a whole forest. So now I'm going to say I've got a forest. So we're going to submit forest. Then we're going to drag those over here on these trees in the background, because that looks much more like a whole forest. Save that. Then I've got some rocks down here. So we're going to go ahead and go rocks. And we're going to create that tag, and we're going to drag that down here. And we don't want it to overlap or get confused with the water, so we really want to zoom in on the rocks. Okay, and we're going to save that tag. Next, well, we know we have a moon, because we told it to put it there. So we're going to go with the moon. Take our moon, and we're going to drag it up here, and we're going to shrink this way, way down. And don't worry if the letters get all kinds of funky like that one does. It's still going to be up to the person to tag it correctly and the AI to recognize it. So we're going to go moon. Next, well, we know it's nighttime, so we might as well go night, because it's nighttime. So we're going to drag this up here into the night sky. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and save that. Well, since the nighttime means it's dark, right? So let's put dark, because that's more of a descriptive tag. So we're going to take dark, and we're going to put it also up here. We don't want the tag to get confused with the trees, the forest, or the night, so we want to make sure it's only in the dark area. And we're going to go ahead and save that. So what do we got? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 tags on one image. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and submit it. So we'll save it. Now it says enter a short description. I'm going to give the same description I did when I created the image. The image shows a log cabin on the edge of a lake on a snowy night under the light of a full moon. Once we've got that, let's go ahead and submit it. Now it's a little more descriptive. The image shows a warm log cabin next to a lake on a cold, snowy night under the light of a full moon. And we're going to enter that. Now we're going to submit it. Tagging image correctly will increase your AI reputation. Yes, it will. Let's hope you like my tags this time. And click submit. Give it a minute to process that. Do the puzzle solving. So drag our piece over. Label verification in process. There you go. Tags accepted. So this is where it gets really confusing. Why did the second image with all the tags get approved, where the one before that didn't? Now, obviously, we tagged it correctly, as you saw. Sometimes it just doesn't like it. But either way, we're now up to 16 of our 100 tags per week, and we have to wait for other people to verify those tags. So there you go. That's how you tag it, whether you're utilizing an image or you're creating your own prompt. Now, if you want to get a little bit of boost on that, you can head over here into the quest, and you can actually make images based on their criteria to get a little bit from the questing side, as well as utilize those same image and tags for your weekly challenges. So now that we've gone through the image creation, the tagging, all the different ways you can earn, the real question here is, what happens with the artwork? Well, if you go over here to your vault, check down here at the bottom, see token, library, and mint. Well, if you go into your library, these are your works of art. Best part about it is you can turn your art into an NFT. So to do that, simply click on an image and then go to the bottom and click Mint NFT. There you go. It's that simple. And even minting the NFT doesn't cost a thing. You can even share your images to social platforms or send it by email or through text message to friends and family. So make no mistake, this artwork is absolutely yours. And when you go into the mint status, as you can see right here, the one I just minted is right there, and it's already got a transaction ID and it's on the coin chain. So once the token generation event occurs and all this live, we'll be able to transfer these NFTs or even list them for sale. So make no mistake, whatever artwork you generate here in the Raiinmaker app is absolutely yours. So put it on the blockchain and be proud of it. Who knows? Maybe one day it'll be a priceless work of art. Now, I know this has been a rather in-depth video, but I've had a lot of people get frustrated or not really know all the different steps. So I hope I've answered all your questions. And if not, please put them in the comments below. I'll make sure to answer them for you just as soon as possible. Now, if you want to see more great content like this, do me a huge favor. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel because I'm going to keep bringing you the best crypto information I can. I want to thank you very much for your time. And until next time, have a great night.